All right, so today I'm joined by Joaquin Buckley. What's going on, bro? How are you?
Man, we good, bro. Heading back to Michigan right now. So I thought it'd be a cool time to just get a little interview in and speak about, the things that's coming up, before the new year.
Okay, hell yeah. So I think the first place to start is with that Kevin Holland call out because the last time we spoke, you said you wanted to get that rematch.
And once I went out there and fight Kevin, I can hear his coaches saying all this type of other shit, he ain't ready, all that. But in my mind, I'm just like, I'm trying to change my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat me that night. Cool, right? But you talking
Right.
about somebody that was already in the UFC for like 4 years, then got their feet wet. And I'm coming off the backyard,
Right.
training at Forest Park. You were supposed to beat me.
Yeah.
But now that I got a team and I get to focus on this full time. I got money in the bank. I'm not stressing about nothing. Let's see how this fight goes now.
A lot of people and fans are excited about that rematch, and actually we got a response from Kevin himself. But first off, have you heard anything from your management or the UFC or anything?
Yeah, nah, not at all. But, with Kevin's response, right, he talking about, if the UFC hit me up, then stop playing. Because as long as you want the fight, they'll make it happen. He calling out everybody else instead of me. He even trying to get the JDM fight back, right? So, it is what it is, but my management hasn't called me about it. The UFC hasn't called me about it, but I feel like, it's up to us fighters to make it happen and to promote it. So if you really want to run it back, which I do, right? Then let's make that noise. Let's get people behind it. And the UFC can't help but let's listen to that and see what numbers being made and be like, fuck it, let's do it. But with you trying to say you trying to fight other people, like who's the other guy they was talking about? Now you trying to talk about he want to fight Ian Gary, right? Like, come on, bro. Like let's make it happen. Let's get in the cage together, bro, and let's make some noise, man. But I don't think Kevin want to fight me. Period.
Where did he call someone else out? Is it on his podcast? He's calling out like Ian Gary and shit?
Yeah. I mean, all I know is he called out all names but me. I was waiting for my name to pop out. I was like this. I was like this the whole time. He ain't mentioned me at all, right? And that's smart. That's smart on his move because obviously if he says me, that's where people gonna be like, okay, ringing in their head like, oh, you want to see that fight? All the other fights that he mentioned, don't nobody want to watch that shit.
Nah, a lot of fans want to see this fight. Why do you think it is that he kind of isn't like hyping you up?
He got the ups on me. He already got the highlight reel. He already got the highlight reel, and he knows. And it's just like, right, Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje. Dustin Poirier didn't want to fight Justin Gaethje again. He was like, nigga, I already got him. But when the UFC sets it up, they set it up. But Justin Gaethje ended up getting his lick back, ended up knocking his ass out this time, and he knows Kevin Holland knows that I had the opportunity to do the same thing to him, point blank. He got me at the perfect time when, I was just feet wetting to the UFC. But now that I didn't, have my fights, I'm 11 fights deep, working on my 12th fight. Like, he knows I'm a problem now. Definitely at 170.
Right. So where are you at with it?
Like, I can. What'd you say?
I said, where are you at with it? Like, are you kind of almost about to move on from it and like accept any fight they give you, or are you still looking to kind of get this as your next fight?
Well, we ain't got no choice, right?
Yeah.
If a fighter don't want to fight, he don't want to fight. It's nothing that I can do or C can do in order to get a guy in there unless you're trying to entice money, which UFC not to do that, right? So with that being said, it's just like whatever offer the UFC is trying to give, right? And even with myself, I'm already knowing that all the cards is booked right now leading up into the new year. I'm going to try to be a replacement for, a fight on December 16th.
Okay. Are you talking about is that Leon versus Colby?
Yeah,
what fight on that card are you looking at?
Exactly, right. 2 fights. I'm looking on it. Ian Gary versus Vicente Luque and Wonder Boy versus Shab Kat.
Okay.
So I will replace any one of those guys who will fall out.
Okay. Ian Gary versus Neil Magny. That's a good one, man. I'd like to see you in there.
No, Vicente. No, Vicente.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, Vicente.
Yeah, now you good. Yep.
Okay, so you're staying ready for that right now.
I think that fight, I'm staying ready, but I think that fight is going to go through. I don't think it's going to be any issues with that fight, but something telling me, something like I got this little bubble in my stomach. I don't know if I ate something wrong, but regardless, I feel like Wonder Boy ain't going to make it to his fight.
You don't think so? A lot of people on Twitter are saying that too.
Yeah, I mean, it's the truth because unfortunately, right, this is Wonder Boy's last opportunity to kind of go for that belt. And everybody's saying, well, if he beats the guy, this just proves. But y'all know damn well he not finna beat Shavkat. Just stylistically, the matchups that have already been seen, whether it's Belal Muhammad, Gilbert Burns, like if you take this man to the ground, more likely gonna beat him. And not only is Shavkat gonna beat him, and I ain't talking about like to a decision, he gonna finish Wonder Boy on the ground. Wonder Boy stands no chance against Shavkat. And be honest with you, it's kind of suicidal for the career right now for him to even take this fight. So something telling me he gonna get the bubble guts, bro, and he ain't gonna be able to walk out there that night.
Okay, so you're pretty much just training for Shavkat then.
I mean, yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm training for a fight.
Okay. Did you see that video of Shavkat and Jason Jackson kind of wrestling a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. Like, that's what Shavkat plan on doing.
Yeah.
Grappling in this fight. He's not planning on striking with Wonder Boy. If he's smart, right? If he's a smart mixed martial artist, Wonder Boy has never lost on his feet. There's only one person that he lost to, which is Anthony Pettis, which knocked him out. But we seen that whole fight, Wonder Boy was whooping his ass, right? Just got caught with a slick little punch off the cage, right? But Wonder Boy has never lost a striking bout, And I feel like Shavkat seeing that and understanding that, what is the easiest route to victory if I fight this man? Take him down, choke him out, get up out of there, and go for my title reign.
Right. Yeah, I mean, personally, with that fight, I kind of was a little bit excited. I was thinking that, like, Steven Wonderboy actually has a little bit of a chance, but you're kind of convincing me otherwise now.
Sleep, bro. Sleep. Like, it's not like, okay, the reason why the Jeff Neal fight was so difficult for Shavkat is because Shavkat really couldn't take the fight to the ground. So Jeff Neal forced the fight on his feet. Yeah, Jeff Neal, he has decent striking, and Wonderboy touched him up real well. But at the end of the day, like, Jeff Neal has good footwork, has good boxing, and that's one thing that he didn't use against Wonderboy at the time, but he did use against Shavkat, which, like you said, seeing that Jeff Neal fight and seeing that Shavkat fight, you like, okay, Wonderboy stands a chance. But Wonderboy has no wrestling defense whatsoever. None. It's straight zero. So with that being said, if Shavkat take this fight to the ground, Wonderboy don't stand a chance.
Okay. If you were to fight Shavkat, how do you see that fight going?
Oh, boy, it's a banger. Like, Jeff, it's gonna be another Jeff Neal fight.
Yeah.
Period. Me and Jeff Neal got the same style. Got the same exact style. I just think, in my opinion, I got a little more heat with my punches. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, straight up.
My punches with a little bit more flame. A little fight. A little bit more speed.
That Mike Tyson kind of torque that he used to put into his punches. Yeah, I see that.
Right. I know it's a tough fight. I know it. I'm definitely rolling the dice with this one, but it's the game. Risk and reward at the end of the day. And I know that, like, for myself, no matter how the fight turn out, I know the fans gonna love it. But with Shavkat and Wonderboy, it's gonna be just a fucking annihilation of Wonderboy, and people just gonna be upset seeing that. But they're gonna be like, oh man, it's gonna be a fun, exciting. No, it's not. Therefore, you can take them down, choke them out, and get up out that ring.
And with the Shavkat fight, if you were to get it, it's kind of one of those things. Are you looking at it like, if you get that dub too, no one can deny you after that? Because it feels like you're kind of getting like shadow banned a little bit, by your fellow welterweight.
Me like hey, I'm gonna say this right now. I'll say this out loud. Ever since Dana White went to Metaverse and took a visit to New York, my numbers ain't been the same. I don't know, bro. Shit been slowing down because I be having some heat when it comes to, my Instagram post. But ever since Dana went over there to Metaverse, boy, my shit been slowing down. So I don't know if he put a hit on my page or what, man. Dana, let me know what's going on. But no, it is what it is. I just feel like, my time is coming. So eventually I just got to keep doing what I'm doing, keep putting on these exciting fights, and just keep myself relevant, if that makes sense, right? Because
right.
I tell people all the time, I'm down to fight. I'm ready to fight as long as I'm healthy. And if that's the case, it's just like I got to keep myself relevant in the fans' eyes by doing the social media stuff.
Right. And that's what we're doing right now. And, dude, you've been killing it. Some of that shit you be posting is hilarious. That Sean O'Malley reaction with his wife and shit.
Yeah. I mean, that just came right out the blue, but I just thought it'd be a funny situation because I don't know how you have a conversation like that, right? Because he said, I messaged my boy, and I told him, man, you know how I feel about it. So it is what it is. So that's just how I picture the conversation going between him and his homeboy for Sean O'Malley. But like I said, just little stuff, right? Whatever fighters give me to have fun with and for me to play with, I'm going to play with it, bro. Because if you got an issue with it, if you got a problem, you can always holler at me. I ain't got no issue. Right?
Okay, so I kind of want to ask you about Ian Garry a little bit. All this shit that's been going down, man. You be seeing it, right? The how to be a wag stuff. I guess what's your initial thoughts on this shit?
Well, I got my whole opinion about it on my YouTube channel, Joaquin Buckley Official. So we just gonna plug that in.
Okay.
But just to give you a short, I mean, it just is what it is. If that's what he's into, if that's his type of relationship goals, like, then that's what he got. But with Ian Garry trying to sue folks about his relationship and telling people that it's lies, like, bro, y'all put that out there for people to see. Like, it's not lies, it's not false, because it's actually there for y'all speaking out to it. So with her saying, oh, it was just satire, it was just, some funny stuff that I posted, you still wrote a book about it. You still did, not an autobiography, but she did like she did a read of it, you know what I mean? Where she's speaking about the book and shit like that, like, you still made it. And then for y'all to be like, oh, he doesn't live with us, but then Ian Garry talking about, oh, you don't cry on my shoulder, go cry on your ex-husband's shoulder in the room. What you mean the room? He got a room there, right? So now I realize what WAG means, right?
Yeah.
She a wife and a girlfriend at the crib. That's what she is.
Oh shit.
So it's just like, all you guys that post about it, you know what I mean, and getting scared because, oh man, they might sue. They can't sue. They the ones that put that shit out there.
No, yeah. I'm not too worried about it. I didn't really post too much about with her ex and then living with them because I really don't have the confirmation, but that was tripping me out because he was in that fucking like little clip that they posted where he's like, go cry in your ex-husband's arms. And I guess that guy Curtis that he said originally, that's like some other guy. So there's like a guy Curtis that's there, and then the ex-husband isn't named Curtis. But yeah, that's
either way though,
Yeah.
Either way, but for me, it's just like y'all put it out there, so y'all should explain it a little better for people to understand, because you can't be like, oh, y'all didn't get the context. That's not our fault.
Right.
That's for y'all to explain and for y'all to get down. But for these, like for Ian Garry and his girl to sue, it's just ridiculous to me because, bro, we're in a fight game, right? Like, and for all the things that you have said and all the things that you have done, you ain't got no place to be like upset or crying about what people saying to you, because what you be putting out there, you got to be able to dish.
Yeah, he put the mugshot of Neil Magny.
Yeah. Put it on the shirt and said the future, right? Then went about my other dude and talking about, he beat his kids, right? And then gonna go to his former opponent, Vicente Luque made a post about getting baptized. You know what I mean? Thank my Lord and Savior. Without you, I have nothing. And then he gonna repost talking about Ian Garry, talking about, he gonna be standing in front of you, blind, tall, and all powerful. Like, what? You think you Jesus now? Nigga think he Jesus out here. That's why he thought he could save his girl, right? Shit, even Jesus can't save these hoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
Nah, he's a cocky young man, of course. But no suing in the fight game.
But
you can't be doing that.
You can't.
No.
You can't, because at the end of the day, if you really got an issue with somebody, we're in the most beautiful sport of all. You can actually go see that dude. And even if it's not competition-wise, right? You can go up to Sean, go see that boy at the gym, and Sean will give you the work, right? Sean Strickland ain't never scared to actually put that work in with somebody. If you really feel some type of way, you can just put your hands on somebody for saying the wrong thing. And that's what I love about our sport.
Yeah, and when you fucking were going through your little beef with James Krause, you guys were two separate weight classes, and you guys were both trying to get that fight because you guys didn't like each other, So that's what.
Yeah, and
I like that.
I told him, bro, I could see you in the gym. We ain't even got to make it nothing about, competition, UFC, whatever. We could just see each other if we really got an issue. But I ain't had no issue like that. I'm just trying to get paid, right? But he wasn't trying to see in the gym or in the octagon.
Did you see?
Not he in the booty house.
Now he in the booty house.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, so wait, with that a little bit, he never even let you in the gym. You just like DM'd him and he told you to like eat shit.
Low key, he didn't say that, but I didn't have a gym back home in St. Louis. Like we got a small community in St. Louis where it's not a lot of gyms. And the dude that I was working with at first, Jesse Finney, me and him had a fallout. Just relationship just went sour. That's all that is. We good now. But, I didn't have nowhere else to train. And plus, I was just working on my own. But I was like, man, I need some people to spar. So with that being said, I'm like, all right, let me hit up James Krause real quick. I know a lot of guys go over there. Evan Elder, Sean Woodson, Adam Seller. Like, it was a lot of guys that went to that gym to go get some work. So I'm like, shit, let me do the same thing. So I messaged him. He was like, oh, yeah, well, really let this guy come up and spar and stuff like that unless they're part of the gym. I was like, and then I list off the same names. I'm like, what about these guys? Well, really, to be honest, we just don't like your coaches coming to our gym. I'm like, what you mean? He's talking about. And then he just left it at that. He pretty much didn't say nothing. And I was like, all right, you just mad because I beat everybody ass in there. But listen, if you won't allow me to spar none of your guys, let me just still there and say shit. And that's when he got yapping on, with the UFC and shit and having those interviews with, I think, James Lynch or somebody like that.
And what, you think he heard that from your coach Finney or something like that? Or where do you think he got this idea that you're not a good guy?
Nah, I be honest with you, it was that nigga Adam Seller. I'm gonna give him a shout out, Give that nigga a quick shout out. Adam Seller was one of the guys who fought on the Ultimate Fighter. He did the spin back kick, whatever. And, since me and Jesse relationship went south, whatever, like Jesse and James don't like fuck with each other like that, right? But Adam and James fuck with each other like that. So that's why I believe Adam was trying to pretty much fill James in on some bullshit. And James went with it and just spoke out loud when at the end of the day, I wasn't kicked out of every gym. I wasn't kicked out of no gym. If anything, I left.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you had a normal come up like everyone else. It's not like you're out here fucking beating everyone's ass in the gym. I looked back on your Instagram and I saw you just like training in the fucking like gutter basically. So,
but guess how God work, right? They just turn right back around. So it is what it is. I ain't worried about it.
All right, and then with the Ian Garry fight and the Vicente Luque, I'm just curious, like, now that you saw that comment and shit, are you rooting for Vicente or you want to get that Ian Garry fight in the future? How are you looking at that one?
I don't do that. I don't need rooting for nobody. Yeah. I don't care. I don't care if Gary knocks. Listen, they out. It doesn't matter to me. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to fight, right? So, I'm trying to do my thing because at the end of the day, let's say Ian Garry just don't make it to the fight because now he's getting divorced, right? Then let me fight Vicente Luque, right?
Okay. Yeah, I feel that. Okay, and then gotta ask you about this one. Francis Ngannou, Tyson Fury. I put your prediction out there when you're like, he gonna get his ass whooped. He didn't get his ass whooped. How'd you score that one?
Hey. I mean, when you talk about boxing rule sets, you can make an argument that Tyson Fury definitely did win.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Francis Ngannou won the fight and he won the hearts of everybody. I didn't believe, and I'm gonna just keep it up. Even if people was like, I knew Francis was lying. Even Mike Tyson, I'm sorry. Like, Mike didn't think my man Francis was going, but he was going to help him, He's going to help him try at the end of the day. And that's beautiful in itself. But Francis just proved everybody wrong, man. And that's why I can never go against my man Francis. Like, I'm always rooting for him now. Like, he really showed me, like, he capable of anything, damn it. That shit wild.
When I was watching the fight, I didn't exactly think that, like, he won it, but I get what people are saying, yeah, like you just said, he won he won over the fans and all that. But dude, I mean, like, he didn't win it, but fuck, I mean, I'd say he won one less round, whatever it was, 10 rounds, right? So I think he won 4 rounds and I'd give Tyson 6 or whatever the case it was. He only lost by like 1 round.
Yeah. I mean, be honest with you, if you look at it, it's just Francis stayed composed, and when he caught, and you already know when you drop somebody in boxing, that's a big deal. That's a major deal, right? That's a automatic like 10-8 or something like that they do. So they really put Francis up, when he dropped Tyson Fury. But you could see that Francis was composed the whole time. He didn't rush in. So it wasn't like the most fun fight to watch, right? It was only just so crazy to see, just the spectacle of seeing this MMA guy heavyweight versus one of the best, lineal boxers, heavyweight boxers in the game right now. We never thought we would probably see that fight, and we saw it, but it wasn't like the most exciting fight in the world to watch. But at the same time, just that spectacle alone and just seeing that shit is just like, that's what kept people drawn in, I believe, you know. And for the fight to be somewhat even close, that's a win for Francis, bro. That fight shouldn't have been close at all when you talk about the real world. But, you know, I think we live in the Matrix. So,
dude, I think so too, honestly.
I'm against the Francis Ngannou, he Neo. You know what
Seriously.
I mean?
Two things about that. Number one was just like his game plan seemed to like really throw Tyson off just by switching stance. Did you notice that? Like every time he'd go southpaw. All right, so we're back here.
Yeah, so, you know,
Joaquin just got pulled over and fucking he's telling the story right now. Ended up in the back of a cop car for a split second by some country white boy cop, I guess.
Yeah, no, I ain't up in the back. I ain't end up in the back. I was on the passenger seat because the dog was in the back. He had the canine in the back. And look, I ain't want to end up nobody choose toy. But nah, so, you know, dude just, you know, pulled me over just because he see, you know, a handsome little black male driving this nice little truck right here. It's a 2020. So because these are the type of trucks right here that they look for, whether, you know, because a lot of people either steal these things or, you know, motherfuckers pushing their little drugs. But regardless, though, you know, my man was telling me for about like 10 exits before he even pulled me over.
Yeah.
And, you know, at first, like, I'm thinking like, all right, he ain't even bothered by me because he would have been pulled me over. But the thing was, though, in my opinion, he was looking for an excuse. But nigga, I'm making sure I'm driving the speed limit. I'm making sure I'm putting on my blinkers. I'm making sure I'm doing everything. But as soon as I try to hit an exit, whatever, try to go to a gas station, that's when my man hit his little sirens and stuff and hit his lights. So I'm like, all right, well, like what this man pulling me over for? As soon as he come by he was like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna need you to step out of the vehicle. They ain't even ask for my license or nothing, you know. But he gonna tell me that he pulled me over because of a little registration issue and shit like that. But the only way that you know that is if you run a dude plate. It's just like, you know, what's the issue there? But I don't even ask those type of questions, bro. I let them do what they need to do, try to figure some things out because, you know, my license is good, no warrants, no nothing. We straight clean besides, you know, the registration thing. But he let me off with a warning. But my man was talking to me the whole time, you know, just trying to keep shit, whatever, cool. He talking about, yeah. Have you ever been to a redneck fishing? It's popular here. I like, bro, if it ain't at least 5 black folks there, I don't feel comfortable. He's like, well, you know, you could be the first one. I'm like, nah, we can't even have that, bro. But regardless, though, man, but we back to it, though.
Back to it. Did he know that you were a UFC fighter at all? Did he realize that?
Nah, he didn't know. Okay. But he asked a bunch of questions to the point where I ended up telling him what I do. He's like, oh, that's pretty awesome. Yeah. How far you think you're going to get in there? I'm like, only time will tell, bro. Only time will tell. But when you gonna let me go to my car and let me finish my goddamn drive? Shit, my motherfucking 8-hour drive I gotta do.
Did you get a little nervous at all with that, or you were chilling?
Always, to be honest with you, like not as much as I used to when I was younger. But you know, I still get a little nervous because you just never know what their intentions are. Like I said, when he pulled me over, he didn't really have an excuse. That's why he was behind me for so long because he's looking for an excuse to pull me over, whether that's me not using my blinker, whether I go 1 mile over the speed limit. So he trying to find something, obviously, in order to pull me over. So with that registration, with him running my plate, it's just like you was on some whole shit from the beginning because why you running a nigga plate in the first place?
A little bit of...
But, you know, it is what it is. You know, we got about that situation.
Yeah.
I ain't end up on TMZ. Yeah.
I know, right? Through an interview, that'd be crazy. But maybe a little profiling, but my boy made it out okay, so I'm happy he did.
Yeah, bro, you know, I can't change the color of my skin, unfortunately.
All right, so
go ahead, though.
I know that your fucking battery might die or something, so I just want to get back to the questions. We were talking about Francis, and then we talked about how I think I said how his southpaw seemed to really mess with Tyson. But what I was kind of getting to is, like, do you think some boxers are overhyped? Like, even Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta, you know, like, Ryan kind of, like, almost didn't, like, deserve all the hype he was getting, it seemed, after it, in hindsight.
So you talking about Francis or a different fight?
I'm talking about, like, it seems like sometimes, like, how does fucking Francis come in and then, like, compete with the best boxer in the world, Tyson? Like, is he overhyped, Tyson, in a way? Or, like, does boxing sometimes overhype their fighters?
I got you. I mean, beyond that's a debate, right? That is a great debate to even, you know, to call that. But if I'm just gonna try to keep it real, I just believe Tyson Fury didn't take Francis seriously, you know, in that fight. Well, obviously, you already know that he had the Usyk fight set up, you know, beforehand, before they got the Francis Ngannou. So you really, gambling trying to take on Francis Ngannou, knowing that you got a whole nother boxing match against a whole nother boxer. So I believe that Tyson Fury thought this was going to be easy, even though he said he didn't, whatever, that he really trained. That's what I'm trying to get out of. But if that's not the case, and you really tried to fight Francis and really beat Francis, and you still could not make it, you know what I mean, an easy win or a dominant win, and it was just that competitive, shit, we might be looking at overhyped boxers, bro. We might be looking at MMA guys being able to transition over to boxing and actually give us some real good competition. Because I didn't train with boxers before, high-level pros in boxing, and I didn't give them a good run for their money, right? And I'm not saying I'm the more skilled fighter in boxing, but it's just like little things like your conditioning, your strength, and aggression, right? And the different styles that we bring as MMA fighters give boxers a difficult time. So, with that being said, I don't know, man, because it wasn't like, the Conor McGregor and Mayweather. And a lot of people will say, well, Conor was competitive. That's only because Mayweather allowed that to be, right? Mayweather said he wasn't trying to rush the fight. He wasn't trying to rush to knock him out. He wanted to make people get their money's worth. Because remember, that pay-per-view was like, what, $100?
Yeah, that shit was expensive.
Right?
Yeah, I think it was 100.
$100 and some change?
Yeah.
So Mayweather, just being the money man that he is, he like, I want to give people their money's worth. Get this dude at least, 3-4 rounds, and then I'm going to take him out in the 8th or the 9th. And that's exactly what he did. But with Tyson Fury, you would think he'd be able to do the same type of thing, to be able to toy or whatever with Francis Ngannou because of his skill set. But obviously with you getting dropped and you getting battered, you didn't have the skill set to defend against Francis Ngannou. So yeah, is the level of boxing where it used to be, or is it kind of like you said, overhyped? So that's a good question, to be honest with you, bro. I don't know. I'd love to find out and get my ass in the ring.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I mean, here's what I kind of think too. I think you got Gervonta. I think he is elite. He's like a Floyd Mayweather status. But I think sometimes with not trying to hate, but the Devin Haney's, the Ryan Garcias, them trying to put them on the level of a Tank.
Shakur?
Yeah, Shakur. I don't necessarily think that they are on the level of a Tank, but they talk about him, all those guys in the same conversation. So that's why I think it's a little bit overhyped in that case, because I think O'Malley would match up really good against any of those three guys, Tank, Shakur, or Ryan Garcia.
And be honest with you, I love to see it just to see.
Yeah.
Right? But I don't think he would have the success like Francis Ngannou. Because with these guys that he'll be fighting, like a Gervonta or of a Devin Haney, not saying Devin Haney is a knockout, artist, nothing like that, but he still got some good pop, especially speaking about Gervonta Davis. Let's say, all right, Sean O'Malley versus Gervonta Davis. That fight does not go good for O'Malley. I just don't see it, right? And the way that O'Malley fights and he leaves his chin up a lot of times, it's just like how we see Ryan Garcia get beat. He got touched a lot of good times, and even to the body, got his ribs broke. Like, Sean O'Malley defensively is not going to be able to sustain, any type of success if he fights Gervonta in the ring, But are people going to watch it? Yeah, people going to watch it. And that's a big money fight for Sean O'Malley, So, but I don't think my man's going to be somewhat successful because Gervonta not going to play with you. He not going to be like a Mayweather and be like, all right, man, I'm going to give him about 3 rounds, get him warmed up, make him get his confidence in, and then I'm going to knock him out. No, if he can, he pretty much going to try to knock you out, knock your ass out in the first round.
Yeah.
And it's going to be something nasty.
Gervonta is one of my favorite boxers, bro, for that reason, just because he's that dog, Even more than Floyd, he just goes to fucking kill every time. But he's young, so his hands are still healthy, Floyd's hands got fucking injured later on in his career, that's why.
Exactly. Yeah. And before they got injured, remember, it was Pretty Boy Floyd, right?
Yeah.
And Pretty Boy Floyd used to put in that work.
Yeah, he used to knock people out.
Before he was money made, he used to knock people out with good combinations, man. With one hand, bro, just gonna pop, 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 pop. You'll give a dude four left hooks,
yeah,
right, in a row, and drop their ass. Like, we don't see that shit no more. So, I don't know, man. That's a good question on the level of boxing. Like, where's the level of boxing now? And I really feel like Gervonta is still up there. Obviously, with what he did to Ryan Garcia, who was another high-level boxer, and he was still able to get him out of there. All the boxers that he fight at a world class, talking about Gervonta, he usually finishes. And, you don't really see that with a lot of world champions finishing each other. They either get it by the judges or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what I would like to see how they could
TKO.
almost prove that is put like kind of almost want to see like Ryan against I'm gonna forget his name, but some of the guys that Gervonta's beat, that one Mexican guy that Gervonta knocked out, I think I forget his name, but you know that viral uppercut knockout from Tank? That Mexican guy?
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking
He's
about. I
real
forget his
good.
name too.
I
Yeah.
think he should
'Cause
box.
the dude was doing good against Gervonta.
Right. They should box he should go up against like Shakur or Ryan Garcia, I feel like. Maybe.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Well, you know, and that's the thing that sucks about boxing is just usually, and not saying that guy was undefeated when he fought Gervonta,
Leo Santa
but it's
Cruz,
just
I think.
unfortunately, it's just like, how do you, right? No. Now, Krause still got a hot name for himself, and he's still trying to build up because even when he lost to Gervonta, he didn't get knocked out, you know? And you see Isaac Cruz still trying to get that fight made with Gervonta, and I feel like once you lose in boxing, definitely when you get knocked out, it's kind of hard to come back from that, right? Unless you're Ryan Garcia, obviously, but it ain't like he got starched where he just got knocked out cold. He took a body shot. He made the excuse about, you know, the contract that he signed that he couldn't, you know, be able to recover or rehydrate, and that's why the body shot was so effective from Gervonta. So he got excuses set in that he could use, but usually when you get knocked out and you looking at the, you know, at the stars, at the lights, you know, you really ain't got no excuses for that, and it really kind of diminishes your career in boxing, unfortunately.
Yeah, with the mental, that's why. So I hear what you're saying, because Ryan almost saved his career a little bit by doing that. It's almost kind of smart.
Yeah, somewhat.
In a
Because,
way,
like
yeah.
I said, it's a built-in excuse. I mean, you can also say it does play a part when you talk about somebody that has to stay at a certain weight, even though you had to cut. Oh, that's like Aljo, right? Aljo cuts all that weight, and then you tell him that he has to stay at that weight class and he can't come back up, so he can't rehydrate to a certain level. It's going to affect him in the fight, period.
That's what affected him, because it was a quick turnaround for Sterling.
Yeah, always, you know, definitely if you can rehydrate, but if you're unable to do that, obviously because you sucking out so much goddamn, you know, fat and you losing so much weight by pretty much eliminating your sweat and your water intake, like you pretty much like a raisin, you sucking all that stuff out of you. So if I'm not able to get back to my healthy self, whether that's at, you know, if fighting at 145, then going all the way back up to 165 or something like that, but I had to stay around 150, that's going to affect your ass because you still going to need to drink and rehydrate yourself in order for your body to be able to, you know,
recut the weight
what it
again.
needs to do in the fight.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Okay, so wanted to ask you about Impa before it's too late. You had the most viral KO of all time over him back in, I think, 2020? And now he's turned around. He won 5 fights this year. That is the biggest storyline coming out of it. And he's a millionaire PFL world champion. So obviously you got to be happy for him, but just give me your thoughts on that.
No, I'll be honest with you, I'm super excited for him. I thought it was a shame when he got cut from the UFC. He was 2-2 at the time, you know, and that's a 50-50 little record, but 2 wins in the promotion, and he's a likable individual, never disrespectful to any fighter. I thought that was the type of person that the UFC would want to keep into the organization, but when they cut him, you know, it was just unfortunate just to hear that. And then he went to. Damn. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I thought we lost each
Now
other.
you're chilling.
Anyways, though, but with Impa then getting cut from the UFC, going to the Eagle FC, then suffering another loss from there, you know, it was like, damn, it's starting to see a little effect. But then he got on the regional show. He did his thing against Jared Gooden. He beat him. But it was just sad to see him on like a smaller show like that where, you know, where his abilities, it's just like you knew that he had so much more, you know, that he was able to do. But going into PFL and just rechanging the weight class, even 205, and just changing his whole mentality, changing his whole different fighting style, and going out there, bro, and just really proving, you know, all the work that he has put in at the camp that he was with, like, and getting that $1 million, bro, I can't be happy for the guy, like, more happy for the guy. So it's a blessing for him. But I would have to just say this one thing, you know, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Impa, it's beautiful that you won that $1 million, But leave that boy Francis Ngannou alone. That was not the call out to make, bro. That was not the call out to make, because at the end of the day, you want to be able to spend your little check. You hear me?
He's dead serious.
But nah, man, I'm happy for Impa, man. Oh, he was dead serious. That was because when he brought up the names like them call, I'm like, okay, I can see that happening, you know. And then he said Ngannou, I said Ngannou. Nah, leave that one alone, you know. Cause it ain't no amount of money to fight Francis Ngannou, nigga, if you dead.
Yeah.
You know?
That's some fucking permanent brain damage, bro.
I put you in the hospital, he can put you in the cast. You don't want that, you know. But other than that though, man, Impa doing this thing.
Moves up to light heavyweight, all of a sudden he thinks he could take on fucking Francis. I mean, I don't want to discredit him, but it's just like, fuck, man. Yeah. Nobody in the world wants to fight Francis.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll probably say a lot of crazy shit too if I won $1 million.
I was gonna ask you that. You think that if you were in the PFL,
Beyonce after that.
I was gonna ask you if you were in his same position, you might be calling out Francis too, huh? I mean, that's the money fight.
Nah, I'm gonna have one.
You're gonna leave it alone?
Oh yeah, that's the money fight. I'm trying to spend. But I'm trying to spend that money. You hear me?
Yeah, I feel that.
You hear me? Shit.
All right.
But no, like I said though, man, much love to him, bro. He did his thing, you know, and I wish nothing but success for my dude. You know?
Yeah. And I actually want to ask one more thing about that. You saw that he was homeless, right, for a little bit, and I know that your life. I don't think you've ever been homeless or anything, but you don't come from very much either, right?
Nah.
So, like, what did you think about that in general? Because that's, you know, you come from a struggle. He was struggling too, and he made it work.
If I can, I don't know the full story or how that all developed, but, you know, even when we fought each other for the first time, you know, I just knew that Impa's mindset towards fighting wasn't the same as mine. When I go out there to fight, it is that kill or be killed mentality, because that's where I come from. You know, anytime that I used to fight in these streets, like, bro, you ain't had no referee to break that shit up in between. And always and at all times, I kept that same mentality in the sport of MMA, because a lot of these guys that get into MMA, they think about it as an athlete. Obviously, him coming from football, right? You guys are thinking about a competition. You guys are thinking about, you know, rule sets and all this other shit. Like, that shit don't matter, right? When you really change your mentality towards the game, that shit does not matter. The only thing that matters is who's going to be walking out of that cage, right? At the end of the day. And I feel like I was able to kind of put that mentality in Impa, because he always gave me that credit. Like, hey, I really came out to fight, you know, in that first round. Didn't nobody really pressure him ever in his career like that, you know, besides me. But with all that being said, I believe with him standing in his car, you know, it kind of hardened him a little bit in his mentality, in his drive, and how bad he really wanted to become, you know, a world champion. And, you know, if he could have stayed with his girl, or if he could have moved back in with his parents, he could have, but his mentality would not have been, you know, where it is today without that whole struggle. That's why, in my heart, that's why I'm saying leave Francis Ngannou alone, because even though you stayed in your car, then you had a car to stay in, right? That boy Francis out here crossing deserts with no shoes on. You understand what I'm saying? Living out in the middle of Paris with no car, just on the street, going into a gym looking to go box, right? And the dude was like, man, Fernando Lopez, like, bro, we don't box here. We do this thing called MMA. Francis Ngannou talking about, what is that, right? And then to be able to transition over to a sport that you ain't even know fucking existed, and to be able to dominate within that sport, it's a different type of mentality, right? He was wanting to do whatever it took in order to be successful. And I understand it with Impa, yeah, that's what you did, but there's levels to this shit, right? And I'm happy that he was able to change his mindset and change his, you know, mentality towards the game, and really go out there and fight folks, right? Really go out there and try to lay them out, you know, and he learned all that from sleeping in the back of the seat. But leave that boy Francis alone, because if for whatever reason they do set that fight up, because it is a money fight, right?
Champion
Francis
versus champion,
is not
or
gonna
whatever.
play with you, right? Yeah. Francis is not gonna play with you, bro. He gonna give you exactly what you're looking for, and that ain't what you want, you know. But I do believe that that's what changed, you know, Impa's whole mentality was, you know, being able to have that stoic lifestyle, you know, and having to have the hardships but not complain about it, and just be able to sit back and really figure out who he was as a fighter. So
right.
That's what I believe.
Yeah, and actually it's kind of like I might be connecting too much things here, but something I kind of pull from that is Impa says, like, when he used to fucking sleep in his car, he would hit the bag more, and he feels like a lot of fighters don't really hit the bag that much in their career, and he says that like you could benefit yourself from that a lot. And you said back in the day how like you used to practice that spinning kick on the heavy bag because you can't really practice that on like training partners, right? So the heavy bag's important, I guess, right? Because you got that viral knockout.
No, I mean,
what do you think?
Yeah, big facts. You know, I mean, the heavy bag is one of the greatest tools to have because it helps you learn how to generate power, right? To be able to really hit it over and over again, you really get to develop your power and your technique in that fashion, you know. So a lot of those old school, you know, fighters, they never used to hit mitts. That's all they used to do was hit the bag, hit the bag, hit the bag. So before mitts was ever a thing, the heavy bag was like the main tool to train with.
Right. Yeah. So the struggle makes you, and then I guess the heavy bag is something to take from that too. All the fighters out there watching, got to be hitting that heavy bag if you're not.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You got any thoughts on that Colby Leon fight? As far I know, I mean, you got plenty of thoughts on it because you think Colby's gonna lose and you don't think he's gonna return after that, right?
Yeah, pretty much. You know, I believe that at the end of the day, Leon showed us what he's capable of going up against Kamaru Usman, knocking him out the first time, and then, you know, being able to win a unanimous decision on Kamaru Usman in the second fight. And I keep telling people all the time, like, you know, Colby is the watered down version of Kamaru Usman, period, right? He the store brand of Kamaru Usman. And I feel like if Leon was able to beat Kamaru the way he did, how does Colby even have a chance, right? Because at the end of the day, you know, Colby didn't outcondition Kamaru. Colby didn't outstrike Kamaru. Colby didn't out-wrestle Kamaru. So it's just like, what elements are y'all seeing that Colby can exploit on Leon that Kamaru wasn't able to do, right? So with all that being said, it's just like, and plus, I don't think once Colby loses, and especially even if he does win, let's say, like if he does win, that's what he's looking for, right? That's why he waited for so long before he got another fight. He trying to have his little story, run off with the belt, because if he does win that belt, then he can just go off into the sunset. But I see my man getting knocked out, getting his back on the canvas, and I see my man retiring right after that.
Okay. You know, I didn't really think he's going to retire, and I'm trying to, like, imagine it, but I don't know. I don't see him retiring, but I don't see him accepting fights against you guys. Yeah, I don't see him accepting fights against you guys.
Right, that's why.
Yeah.
So with that being said, then you try to retire then.
Kind of,
like,
yeah,
we waiting on.
Yeah. Kind of
right?
hard.
Like, you're not finna fight. Right, you're not finna fight the Shavkat kid. You're not finna fight Belal, right? You could have fought Belal a long time ago if you really wanted to. You're not finna fight Gilbert Burns. That Gilbert Burns fight should have been happening between both of them. It's just like all them names, like at the top. If it's not for a title, Colby not finna fight. And he getting the last crack at it right now. They blessing him, giving him one more crack at it. But if it's unsuccessful, which it will be, he's gonna retire.
Yeah, I guess if he is successful, I guess I'll give the devil's advocate. You think he'll retire, but I guess I'll say he might call out Gilbert Burns or some shit like that. Because that's the only guy I could ever see him fighting.
Nah, he won't. Actually, somebody brought up a good name that he will call out because he punk made. He gonna call out somebody smaller from a different division who he been beefing with to get a shot at the title if he was to defend it and get some pay-per-view points going. And the name that they gave was Dustin Poirier. And in my head, I'm like, bro, that actually would happen, right? That would happen. But that's fucked up if Colby wins and he calls out Dustin and Dustin gets a title shot before Belal Muhammad does. I'm gonna be like, Belal the most hated motherfucker in the UFC, dude.
Yeah. No, yeah, that'd be fucked up.
It's still crazy to me that my man still that'd be beyond fucked up because Dustin Poirier ain't never fought at 170. Dustin Poirier ain't never been a world champion. But because he got that name and because, you know, he is big fan favorite, they would put him in position to fight for a title against Colby Covington before Belal even got a shot at it.
Yeah, it's like basically O'Malley and Cheeto, same kind of deal. Even though it's not opposite weight classes, but...
Well, Cheeto fighting for a belt.
Cheeto's fighting O'Malley next.
You good, but Cheeto fighting for a belt.
Yeah, true. Okay.
Then you got to catch up.
Yeah. I was going to ask you something to follow up on Belal, though.
Fuck which.
Belal, you said you're down to fight Belal. You guys are like the two black sheep at 170. Maybe you guys gotta fucking go with each other.
I be honest with you, I wouldn't mind. The only thing is, I'ma feel bad when I beat his hands though, because I'm like, bro, you should have been, fought for something. But at the end of the day, this is how we eat, right? And if Belal is tired of waiting, because it will be, and that's the only person I will respect, right? That gives me a yes or no answer, because he worked for his shit, right? You talking about 9-fight winning streak? You know what I mean? You didn't fall. The majority of your wins are all top ranked opponents. Like, I can't call you scared if you say you don't want to fight me, because you still want to see what I can do in the game. So I got to respect that, But at the end of the day, if don't nobody want to fight you, you're not getting paid. This is how we eat. So all I'm saying, just out of respect, like, if Belal just want to go in there and get in the cage, I'd be happy to, hop in there with him and get paid. That's all. So there ain't no disrespect over here.
I think that'd be a fun one. Real fun one. No trash talk really between you guys. Yep. I think it'd be respectful and a good one. I mean, you always like to say a little something.
Shit, though.
Yeah. Yeah, you always got to, right?
But it'd be all out of love. Right. It'd be all out of love and just promoting the fight like it should be. But never on no fake shit. Never on no fake shit.
Right. Okay, I'm going to try to keep it down to 3 for you. Number 1 is, you were talking about the street fights and shit like that. I didn't know you used to get in street fights. Is that like how you got into fighting, or like when did you used to get in street fights and shit?
Well, I used to get in fights, man, when I was in elementary, bro. I've been to 5 different elementary schools when I was a kid, so I was bad.
Really?
Always fighting, man, in the bathroom, bro. Yeah, in the lunchroom, at recess. And I ain't gonna lie, I done took a couple ass whoopings too, so I know a lot of them kids like, why I beat that little dude that. It's like I took my L's when I was a little kid too, but yeah, man, I used to work security back at Club Europe, man, and unfortunately, that's how I used to, use a couple of my little training methods, bro, is when I was doing security, bro, back in the day, working at the club. So yeah, I used to get in a lot of little brawls, man, back in the day, for sure.
Okay. And like, why did you used to get in, I guess, like when you were younger and shit, were you just an angry kid, or how come you were getting in fights?
No, I wasn't no angry. I talk shit, like I still talk shit today.
Oh, you just like to fuck around with people and they get
so
mad?
I be talking about, yeah, they get mad and then we get to, rolling around. So, like it's one situation, I ain't gonna lie, dude jacked me up, but I got his ass back though, but one kid, he like soiled his pants out. He didn't pee on himself, but it looked like it, right? So I was fucking with him. I was like, this dude pissed his bed, he pissed his bed, woo. And we all was in the bathroom, so everybody started giggling and laughing and shit, right? So I go to like dry my hands, my man come right behind me, boom, hit my shit down there like on the dry, almost like fuck my teeth up, right? So we already getting at it, and the teacher got involved and pulled us off each other and shit like that. But it's just little stuff like that. Obviously, I'm the one that caused it, because you can't get mad at what somebody do to you if you fucking with them, But like little situations like that, just always just fucking with folks, man. So I've been doing this for a long time.
Was that in like high school and shit like that you're referring to, or what? How old were you?
No, this was like in 4th grade, bro.
Oh shit! Did you graduate high school and all that?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
He said, "Did you graduate?" Yeah.
I'm just asking.
Yeah,
bro.
I graduated. I just never went to college though.
What was that?
No, you good. Nah, I said you good. I got my little high school diploma, bro. We barely made it though.
Oh, yeah.
But we got through it.
Hey, me too. I honestly almost barely made it through high school, and then I had to pull my shit together and like do college and all that. All right, I got.
No, most.
Let me see here. All right, I got a good one for you. You ever think about walking out to Chief Keef? All the fans want fighters to walk out to Chief Keef, like Faneto or like Love Sosa.
I do fuck with that song,
Yeah.
but no, I never like thought about that though. If I would, I wouldn't pick a dude from Chicago. I'd try to pick a like St. Louis rapper.
Oh, true.
I try to find somebody from St. Louis, but yeah. I ain't trying to get too gutted with the with the UFC.
Who you fuck with rappers wise?
Ain't
like
nobody.
today?
But reality, like just today wise overall, just not even from the city.
Both, I guess. Whoever you like from the city, and then like your top.
You got 30 Deep from St. Louis that's been going crazy, but he dealing with his little situation in cases, whatever that slowed him down. But everybody fuck with the baby. I'm definitely always got the baby on the list. always listening to Future, Toxic Ass, old ass motherfucker. And then I say the last one, you know, that I'm always vibing with, of course, man, DMX, man, R.I.P.
Oh yeah, R.I.P. to DMX, the GOAT.
Yep. Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
You listen to a lot of rappers, or you fuck with like other genres?
No, I mean, I listen to a lot of music overall, but obviously hip hop is the number one. The only one I ain't really got into is no country, like country music. But I done heard a couple of country songs now by some brothers that sound pretty decent. But other than that, though, it's just like, you know, the music is always around the board. Like, I just put it on like Spotify, bro, and just let that thing run. You know, so either on some pop shit, either on some motherfucking, you know. So I ain't gonna lie, I listen to a little rock once in a while, nigga be putting that on. But other than that, man, it's hip hop though, all the way.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, I'm a hip hop guy myself. I don't really listen to anything else. But I'm into like fucking, I like young boy fucking. You like Wando Rondo at all? He's also Chicago though, or not? No, he's not Chicago.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he's still pressing out music like that. You know, my man been on the run for I don't know how long, bro. Been out here ducking in these streets. But I haven't heard anything since Anybody Can Get It. Ain't that one of his songs?
Yeah, that's a good one, huh?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. I don't really listen to him like that though. But that's one of the songs that I know him from.
Okay. Oh, last thing about the rappers. What about like Shy Glizzy? You like Shy Glizzy? You know him?
Yeah, Shy Glizzy, cool. Yep, he about to come out, ain't he?
Yeah, he's pretty hard.
He about to get out.
Oh, I didn't even know he's locked up, but I've been waiting for him to fucking drop an album. It's been like over a year, I think.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna end it with a bang.
You gotta wait till.
Sorry, I'm gonna end it with a bang. Fucking. I saw this post after we hung up, so I gotta ask you. They're fucking putting this thing out there. Biggest cuck of the year. Ian Gary and his wife. Logan Paul and his girl, or Adam 22 and his fucking girl.
Dang. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Adam 22 ain't nobody beating him.
Nobody beating him
soon, bro. My man got now he got a reality show out.
I was gonna ask you about
you know, they gonna try to find the best guy. Yeah, no, that's wild. I mean, shit, I don't know what to think about that for real, but that's just some wild shit, man. My man got a reality show out to try to find the best dude to smash his girl, and while he joined in. Like I don't know where this world going to now, because it seems like, be honest with you, it's a lot of guys that might be into that, you know. But whatever your taste is, bro, you know, you do what you do, shit. But I couldn't even be a dude that's trying to smash another dude chick and knowing the other dude gonna join in, like that's a little suspect in itself.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, that's on bro, because like you trying to partake with another dude, like, can't have that, man.
It's like a little.
Can't have that, bro. If I'm eating alone. Yeah.
Right. I feel like a little gay about it almost. I don't know what this. You know what I'm saying? Like the other guy fucking watching me.
That's
it's like, what the fuck?
We just call it that. You know, we call it something broke. That's all we call it, something broke. Yeah.
Yeah. What's it called? So that Crip Mac, or the I was gonna ask you about Crip Mac, but yeah, you saw fucking that. He's got that series, and then that guy like Crip Mac and shit. It's like, bro, what are you doing to your girl? Like, you're gonna let him potentially smash her? That's crazy.
Yeah, he say he just want to smash. He say he want the booty hole.
Oh yeah.
Say, I want to fucking ass. Like, damn, bro, like aggressive with it, man, straight off the block. You know,
seriously.
But at the end of the day, and I think Crip Mac and him is like cool though. Like, I think whatever. But at the end of the day, I think this is like a dead ass like competition on who they can find to actually fuck his girl. Like, that's wild.
Oh yeah, he's for sure gonna do it.
Like, that's even a thing. So, you know, but like I said, man, people out here living their life, man. I can't get mad. It couldn't be me for sure.
Nah.
But you, whatever floats your boat, baby. You know, I can't be mad at you.
Yeah, and
because I mean, for real, I mean, he already knew what he was getting into when he married a porn star. So.
Yeah, she's I can't tell. Maybe she's manipulating him a little bit, but just because you just found out about like cucks and all that, I just got to tell you that, yeah, for sure, there's like a whole fucking like category of men out there that like loves this shit for some reason. And then, dude, with my boys and shit, we always like joke around. We're always like calling each other, like, if you fuck someone over or something, you gotta be like, oh yeah, you cucked him or something like that.
Cuck, that's crazy. That's crazy.
It's more insulting than
that's
like you fucked them over.
A new term now.
Yeah.
Because I mean, anytime, because like I said, that's what threw me off, and that's why I was curious on what the word meant, because even Sean Strickland blanked it out. I said, if Sean Strickland blanked this word out, bro, right, this shit got to be, you know what I'm saying? So once I found out the meeting, I'm like, yeah, that's some wild shit, bro. But either way, though, it's just like, whatever floats your boat, my big thing is don't be mad when people find out about it.
Yeah, I feel that.
Because obviously that's what y'all into, right? Because you see Adam 22, I mean, they can talk all the shit in the world. He does not care.
I know.
Like, that motherfucker is open to, invitation. Like, hey, bro, if you could smash my girl, cool. Like, cool, try.
Yeah, I know.
But with Ian Gary, my nigga trying to get upset. So my thing out to Ian Gary, I was like, bro, if you lose, right, you should probably get the next MMA fighter a chance to, crack your chick. Because he undefeated, right? You know what I mean? So if you like it like that, but that's just my opinion, though.
Yeah. Couldn't be you, though. Couldn't be you. All right, bro.
Hell no.
I appreciate the time, man. What are you up to? You going to go to Mercy Lago and train?
Man. Yep. As soon as I touch down in Michigan, bro, we get straight to the gym.
Okay.
So like we said, bro, December 16th, bro, we trying to make something happen. If Basente, Luke, Ian Gary, Shab Cop, Wonder Boy, if they don't show up, I'll be there.
All right.
So if one of them don't show up, I'll be there.
So you heard it. Buck's on his way to Michigan right now. Staying ready for UFC 296. And let's see what happens.
Let's get it, man.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Let's get this bag.
All right, bro. Hey, I appreciate the time again.
Appreciate you, man.